I don't know why, but I was actually more interested to see this new release from last weekend than the movie I actually saw last weekend. This is my review of Captain Underpants, the first epic movie. Should there be more after this? Well, let's find out. You know, when I first saw Captain Underpants, the movie poster, and I had known this come from some children's novel book series or something, you know, way past my time, when I saw the movie poster, I was like, oh, they're actually going to be a Captain Underpants movie. I don't know if I'm excited to see it yet, but all I can think about is Powdered Toast Man from Ren and Stimpy. Okay, so let's go on with this movie. I don't know why, but that's how I was going on in my mind way before I was really interested in seeing this film. Heard it was a DreamWorks movie. Heard it was from the director of Turbo, the movie from 2013 about a snail that could race. That I absolutely just surprisingly just really enjoyed that film. So out of support of those reasons, I was very going to give this movie a shot. And of course, just interested in the fact that it's a movie for kids and the family, possibly, and it's about a guy in his underwear flying around. I think it's just so absurd, and hopefully the movie would have all those elements in it, but at the same time have a good story, a good origin. This is kind of a superhero story, so a better origin story than the last movie I just saw. You know, it's just something to remind you why family movies should exist, and why we have to pay so much outrageous prices to see these movies together, and parents have to pay. So, you know, the parents are paying for the movies, but, you know, the kids might enjoy it, but the parents have to pay for this. So, where am I going with this? I don't know, but I'm just saying, since the parents have to pay for the story, the movie itself, and the kids hopefully will enjoy it, hopefully the parents will enjoy it as well. The cast in the film is very popular. Of course, we have Kevin Hart as a character named George. This George and Harold, I think. Harold is played by Thomas Middleditch. Ed Helms is Captain Underpants, and Nick Kroll and some others, Christian Shaw and Jordan Peele, and some more talented, beautiful, wonderful people that lend their voices to this film. The movie looks great. It's a great animated film, and you expect that from DreamWorks. You have this high expectations for what the studio has done. I didn't see The Boss Baby this year. I don't know if that was any good. I haven't seen Trolls yet, though I think it's going to be on Netflix in about a month or so, maybe less than that. And I really haven't seen a lot of animated films this year. I think this film and the Lego Batman movie is the only animated films that I've seen this year, and there hasn't been a lot of animated films that have really interested me at all to witness. Maybe some that'll come out. I mean, Cars 3 is coming out this month, and can't say I'm very excited to see that, but hopefully it's a new direction, and it'll be a good film. As for Captain Underpants, I think the movie just had a lot of energy, especially in the first first 30 minutes of the film. You get to know these two guys. They have an outrageous imagination. They're in this school, this elementary school. I think they're in elementary school where they're just, they hate life. It's such a horrible place, and there's a lot of funny humor that comes out of it. This principal that turns into Captain Underpants for this really crazy, off the wall reason, played by Ed Helms, adds some more personality to the film. The movie's just full of personality and a lot of great colors and off-color humor, but not too bad. I mean, it's all, I think, through the mind of a kid and what a kid might think is funny. And since we were all kids, right, hopefully we still think that stuff is kind of funny. Pee-pee, poo-poo, fart, juvenile jokes, underwear jokes and stuff like that. I mean, there's this, I think the movie kind of lost me just a little bit when they introduced the villain, who is this hidden professor. And I really don't want to say what his last name is for people that might not know the source material or anything like me. So it's kind of funny, so there's actually a character called Professor with a P, but I don't want to tell you what the P stands for, and I suggest you don't find out as well and just go see the movie. And it's funny to, it's just, again, through the mind of a child, and I think I appreciate it, because I think that, kids will see this movie and they'll laugh and they'll enjoy it, and I think the adults who were once kids may enjoy it as well, because the jokes are, I don't think, as smart as they attempt to be. But there are some nice references to comic books and the imagination and the power of friendship. And I think that's what I enjoyed the most out of this movie, the friendship between George, I believe, George and Harold. You know, Kevin Hart, who I'm not a huge fan of, just lends a great voice acting to this movie, and I really liked him in this movie. I think he was one of my favorite characters. I just love the relationship, the friendship between Kevin Hart's George, I believe, and Thomas Middleditch's Harold. I love them so much, and this whole weird journey that this goes on, and I pray that this movie gets seen. You know, you don't have to love it. I don't think I really loved it. I was loving it for a while, but as the movie kind of just got more absurd and off the wall and a little too silly for its own good, even though it managed to be a whole lot of fun. I hope people will see it and say, okay, there's really nothing in the theaters right now for the family. In my opinion, I can't think of anything that's really worth watching for the entire family, whether it's a G, PG, or PG-13 film at this point. Maybe there'll be in time, you know, with the other animated films that are coming out this year. I think this is a movie that the whole family can enjoy, because when my screen, I laughed on occasion a lot. And I heard adults laughing, I heard kids laughing. So everybody was having a really good time, and the title suggests they're first. So hopefully we'll get their second. I would like to see another one of these films. I thought the voice casting was great. It fit so well with all the main characters, and the animation was, you know, near perfection in the sense of what it needed to do. It didn't have to be too real. I didn't expect realism to the 10th degree or anything. I think it just fit it so well, and from what I've seen from the novels or these children's books or something from the covers, I've never really opened one up and looked at it. I could see that they really did a good job to try to make it as close as the original artwork. I don't know what else to say about the movie. I think Weird Al Yankovic adds a song to the film at the credits, so that was awesome. Another great Weird Al Yankovic song out there, and I really do appreciate just having him out there in the world, making pop culture even cooler every day. I don't know what else to say about this film. You know, it's don't take it too seriously, you know, and just have some fun. I think that's the most important thing, is that I ultimately had fun watching the movie. I enjoyed it. I wish that there was a bigger heart to the film, and I wish there was a stronger story, because I think the story is pretty thin, and it does kind of drag in the final act. But overall, I think these characters, I would love to see them go on another adventure again. And maybe it'll be a better one. But thankfully, it's a much better origin story than anything I've seen recently when it comes to superhero movies, sadly. Definitely more absurd and exciting and funny and silly. Just, you know, who thinks of this stuff? I'm wondering, the person that invented this whole idea, were they going, hey, they went to their children, like, what should I create next? And they're like, Captain Underpants! I'd like to believe that. All right, everyone, I am going to give this film, Captain Underpants, the first epic movie, I will give it a solid 3 stars out of 4. Captain Underpants, is that you? Was that you, Captain Underpants?